quarters in a Manhattan high-rise. That shooter has been identified as Las Vegas resident Shane Tamura, who we found out played football for a high school in Granada Hills.
We do have live team coverage this morning. Kcal News reporter Bradley Blackburn is reporting from the scene. Our assignment manager Mark Liu looks into his ties to Las Vegas, and our Amanda Starantino is digging deeper into the Southern California ties he once had. First, though, let's go to Bradley Blackburn with the latest information on the investigation. Bradley.
Jamie Sheba, the mayor, confirmed that this shooter was carrying a note on his body where he seemed to say that he believed he was suffering from CTE, the brain condition, and blamed the NFL for that. The NFL, one of the companies headquartered in this massive Midtown office building where the shooting unfolded in the lobby right during the evening rush.
Emergency responders carried a man from a high-rise building in Midtown Manhattan where a gunman opened fire, stopping on the street to perform CPR. 4 officers came out and they were carrying what looked like to me another officer that looked injured. Police swarmed the building on Park Avenue minutes after shots were reported. One of their own is among those killed, 36-year-old Kcal Islam, an immigrant from Bangladesh who became an NYPD officer 3.5 years ago.
The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer. He then shoots a woman who took cover behind a pillar.
The suspect was identified as 27-year-old Shane Tamura from Las Vegas. Police say he drove his car cross-country, arriving just before the shooting and double parking outside. He then entered the building armed with an M4 rifle and started shooting.
In that lobby, police say he also shot and killed a security officer and injured another man before taking the elevator up to the 33rd floor, where he continued shooting, killing one more person. Police say that's where the suspect took his own life.
He appeared to have blamed the NFL for his injury. The NFL headquarters is located in the building at 345 Park Avenue. From our preliminary investigation, he took the wrong elevator bank up to the NFL headquarters.
The NYPD says another loaded gun and ammunition were found in the suspect's car. They say he had a history of mental illness.
And authorities say they believe that this was a lone wolf, that there is no ongoing threat to the public at this point. But companies like the NFL are increasing their security in offices anyway. And Jamie and Sheba, we're also learning more about this officer, Officer Islam. He was a married father of 2 young boys, and his wife is now expecting their 3rd child.
It's just such a tragic incident, and I'm struck by the fact that New York has some of the toughest gun laws in the country, and we've now seen 2 very high-profile shootings happen in Manhattan. So we'll keep checking in. Bradley, thank you for your reporting from the scene. Investigators say the New York City shooter lived in southern Nevada. Our assignment manager, Mark Liu, at the desk where he's been digging into the suspect's recent background. Mark, what have we found out?
Jamie, so Las Vegas police believe that Shane Tamura lived in their city since at least 2021 when he bought a home there. Detectives are now locking down that neighborhood where he lived, looking for evidence. Let me show you some video that was shot by our station in Las Vegas. You're looking at crime tape around a home on the western side of the city of Las Vegas. This was yesterday. Las Vegas Metro Police appear to be assisting federal authorities with a search of a home here. Property records indicate that Tamura bought a home here in 2021 and lives in that home with an older woman. New York City officials say that Tamura had a documented mental health history, but a Las Vegas police source told our station in Las Vegas that Tamura was not on their radar at the time of the shooting, but may have had interactions with officers or crisis teams in the past. Tamura also had a work card through the Nevada Private Investigators Licensing Board in Nevada, but it appears to have expired in December of 2024, according to state records. Now, as for his motives for opening fire in that New York City high-rise yesterday, that's still under investigation. But detectives in Las Vegas hope they may find some clues in his home or through interviews with the people who live there. Now, while that suspect lived in Las Vegas at the time of the shooting, we even covered information that the suspect at one point lived in Southern California and even played high school football in the San Fernando Valley. For more on that, I want to send it over to reporter Amanda Starantino, who has been investigating that. Amanda, what can you tell us about the shooter and his connection to SoCal?
Mark, well, it's an association that no one wants, and that's what we're having here right in Los Angeles and with Granada Hills Charter High School here. Local and former classmates and coaches shocked to learn that the gunman used to wear this jersey, walk these hallways, and call this campus right here home. Take a look at this video right here. This is from 2015. Shane Tamura doing an interview while celebrating a football win while playing for Granada Hills Charter High School. We've chosen not to air his voice out of respect for the victims' families and to avoid giving this killer any undue attention. He graduated from Granada in 2016. He also attended Golden Valley High School in Santa Clarita. Back then, people saw a kid who loved football, but now the nation is grappling with the man he became and this haunting image of him walking down a New York City street with an M4 rifle in hand just minutes before he terrorized so many people. Now 27-year-old Tamura accused of opening fire inside a Manhattan office building Monday night before taking his own life. So this morning on CBS Mornings, New York City Mayor Eric Adams confirmed Tamura left behind that note mentioning CTE, a brain condition linked to head trauma. He asked that his brain be studied and blamed football in the NFL for his mental health. And we do know that he did play football in high school right here, but that does not justify taking 4 innocent lives. If you come back out to us live here in Granada Hills, let's be clear. Whatever his struggles may have been, it has no excuse for unleashing that kind of horror on so many people. And the story is really about the victims that have lost their lives and the families left devastated. But right here in Granada Hills, where this man went to school as a teenager, obviously there's a lot of heartbreak for the people who knew him and grew up with him, and a lot of questions they're asking themselves and maybe how I could have gotten involved better. But a school that's very proud, and rightfully so, of its athletic accomplishments and its athletes that have come through this school, now just dealing with this unfortunate connection to this horrible incident in New York yesterday. Back to you guys.
It was very horrible. Yeah. Amanda, thank you so much.
Another mass shooting, this time in Reno, where 3 people are dead and 3 more wounded at the city's largest casino and resort.
There he is, right there.
Video shows the alleged shooter running from the Grand Sierra Resort. Police say he opened fire on a group of people in the valet area, hitting 5 of them, and then got into a shootout with a security guard before shooting another person in the parking lot. He was shot by police and is in a hospital. Investigators do not have a motive, and they haven't found any connection between him and the victims.
Back here at home, we're learning more about the man who was shot and killed inside a 7-Eleven in Lawndale. A memorial was held last night for the victim, identified as 34-year-old George Victoriano, a father of 4. He stopped by the 7-Eleven on Sunday night after work. Investigators say that's when a man he knew walked into the store, started an argument with him, and then pulled out a gun and shot him. A search for the shooter is going, but it's believed he may have already left the country. The LA Sheriff's Homicide Department is asking anyone with information to please come forward. A terrifying break-in turned into a dramatic chase in Torrance.
That's right. The homeowners found themselves face-to-face with burglars and jumped right into action. Kcal News reporter Tina Patel joining us live from Torrance with more. And Tina, this was all caught on camera.
Yeah, and we're going to show you that video in just a second, but I want to tell you, Torrance police asking everybody to be on alert because these kinds of burglaries are happening in the middle of the day. So they want people to be aware, and they're also hoping that maybe someone can help them find the suspects in this case. This is the video from Saturday at 2 p.m. Now, according to the Sanchez family, they were coming home after running errands, and they saw 2 strangers walking out with their stuff. Jose Sanchez says his mom immediately confronted the men. She followed them to a dark-colored BMW where a getaway driver was waiting. She tried to stop them, at one point even punching their back windshield and shattering the glass. But the 3 were able to drive off. They nearly ran a red light, hitting other cars as they sped away.
My mom went to go chase them, and I went to go chase them to record them. And I ran past over there, recorded everything. Bare hands, she just, boom, broke the rear window.
Now, the family is trying to clean up now and make repairs. They're also looking at adding cameras and increasing their security so something like this does not happen again. Police say there was a firearm in their home that was stolen. So they're trying to find these people, trying to recover that weapon. They're asking anyone who might have information about the suspects or that vehicle. It looked like it was a dark or possibly green older BMW sedan. They're hoping that maybe somebody can recognize that vehicle. It now looks like that one has a back window that's been broken. So maybe that will help with the investigation. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, any bit of information helps. Tina, thank you. California Senator Alex Padilla wants to help expand the way immigrants obtain legalization in the United States.
Now, he's joining us now for a deeper insight into what he's proposing. Senator Padilla, thank you for joining us this morning.
Of course, thank you for having me. Good morning.
And of course, this is happening in light of all we've seen with the immigration rates here and all across the country. So explain this legislation and what inspired you to update what's known as the registry bill, because this is going to help more people who've been in the country.